Hey guys, it's Rich here, and from the Rich Mix, another little episode, an express episode, and we've got an exciting, awesome guest, which is a really good friend of mine, is Ange. So welcome, Ange.
Hey,
Thanks for
how you
coming.
doing?
Yeah, really good. Thanks for coming on board. And so Ange, we've known each other now for what about nearly 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. We met in Burleigh on the Goldie, and we work together. We're both colleagues and educators within the in the body art industry, doing body piercing courses and infection control, and we're super passionate about it. We love it. It's our jam. So
That's it.
yeah, so tell us about how you got into it.
So yeah, I finished school, always wanted to be a body piercer and then got the opportunity to do both hairdressing and body piercing.
Yeah,
And I chose body piercing. And yeah, I got stuck into that. And it was only the last 10 years that I've actually been a professional hairdresser.
yeah.
So doing both. So
So
I'm very lucky to be able to do that.
how did you get into hairdressing? What made you? What
Um,
pathway did you choose? Did you go through TAFE or private college?
I went through TAFE. I
Yeah,
tried to get an apprenticeship as an older person, and
yeah,
I couldn't get that opportunity. So
yeah,
I did the advanced 1 year course
yeah,
and worked my ass off.
yeah,
And yeah, I have never been without a job with hairdressing because I'm
yeah,
just really determined and
yeah.
just give it my all.
And prior to that, you were doing just various types of roles.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I started doing body piercing in Hair House Warehouse,
yeah,
a few places like that. And then I would start doing extensions, even though I wasn't really a hairdresser,
yeah,
and kind of wedged my way into that opportunity. And yeah, just kept wanting to do more.
yeah. No, awesome. And so
Yeah.
what made you want to get into piercings? It was just at that because you,
I've always loved piercings and
yeah,
yeah, just hounded my a few places and then I got my opening and yeah, worked for 4 months as like a trainee and then just got stuck into it. Every second I could, I would be researching piercing and getting lots of piercings myself.
yeah. And there
Yeah,
wasn't many piercing shops back then. You're like hair house
no,
off your tree, and that was about it. There's really no one else,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And yeah, no, awesome. And what challenge like leading up to that? What challenges have you had prior to even doing getting into hair in the piercing? Did you have any challenges at all?
Um, the only challenges would be like my age getting
Yeah,
in for hairdressing.
yeah,
Um, but with the right determination and effort,
yeah,
yeah, not many challenges at all. Like
yeah,
when you're determined, you'll make it happen. Didn't have the experience of everyone else my own age, but
yeah.
definitely made up with it with my enthusiasm.
Motivation. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm like, even myself, like years and years ago, when we opened like a few hair salons, like barbershops, and I went and did my post like hairdressing course, like similar, it was
yeah,
like to you, but it was I went to Sydney TAFE, and and it was like all these girls in my class, they're like 16 and 17. And here is this like 40-year-old guy in the class. I was hanging out having
yeah,
lunch with the tech teachers, because they
yeah,
were younger than me. It was really weird, but
yeah,
I only could do 8 months or a year of it. And I couldn't handle it. It was like about 2 years, I think, at that time.
yeah,
But yeah, it's tough
yeah,
to be motivated to do it.
definitely.
And then what was your first full-time job after getting that qualification?
Definitely. I did dual roles, so I
Yeah,
also was body piercer and hairdresser.
yeah,
So I would, yeah, it would always be two roles,
yeah,
which was tough at the time, and also doing training of other staff. So
yeah.
always full on.
And that was with the hair house as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
yeah.
been
So
great
I
because you get
was,
to do both.
yeah, senior hairdresser, educator, and body piercing supervisor.
Yeah,
So lots of roles there,
yeah,
but it was very good. Look, never had a boring moment.
yeah, yeah. No, fantastic.
Yeah,
And so going through that process, obviously you've got two kids as well.
I do.
and,
Yes.
and then
I've got a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old.
yeah, so that would have been really hard as well, like going through that first of all, changing careers, learning a new skill, and then adapting to another new workplace, and then
Yeah.
having kids as well, uh,
Yeah.
would have been really, really hard.
Yeah. After my daughter was born, I realized I wanted to work from home. So I had the opportunity to set my own hours, spend more time with the kids,
Yeah,
um, and have more control over what I was putting out there with the
yeah.
clients that I chose to have.
And how hard was that
So
setting up for yourself at home?
it was pretty hard. I was doing two jobs. So I was working for somebody else while I was
Yeah,
building up my own clientele at home.
yeah,
I opened up the Tiki Bar in 2020, right in the middle of COVID.
yeah,
So that had its own challenges, but just been getting bigger and bigger since
yeah.
then.
Oh, it's
So
fantastic.
I love the freedom of working to myself.
Yeah. And for everyone
Yeah.
watching, I've been to the Tiki Bar and it's absolutely awesome. It is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so super kitsch and I love
Yeah.
the style. What's the
I
craziest piercing you've done?
oh done some crazy stuff on people's backs, like
Yeah,
some surface piercings,
yeah,
series of them, and just probably some crazy dermals everywhere.
yeah, yeah. No, cool.
Um, yeah.
And you've had any, I was thinking, what about any clients that you've had some crazy experience with clients in the room?
Um, I've had lots of crazy
Yeah,
experiences. I used to work in Surface Paradise, so
yeah,
over schoolies we would get massive amounts of people.
yeah.
I think one schoolies I clocked in at about 100 piercings in a day,
Oh my God,
um,
you've been knackered.
which was
That's
phenomenal.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's a
massive
record.
amounts of people.
Yeah.
Lots of crazy clients down there.
Yeah, yeah, I can
Definitely.
imagine schoolies. Oh
Um,
my God.
getting their tongue pierced at the beginning of schoolies, even though we advise not to, and seeing
Yeah,
them the
yeah,
whole week as it's progressing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah,
Oh
definitely
wow.
crazy.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So when you're not piercing or doing hair or what are you doing with your life? What's going on? What else do
So
you
I am a roller derby freak.
Yeah,
So we get on roller skates and we bash into each other and we play competition. I do that every week. I play for Northern Brisbane Rollers at the moment. I've just swapped clubs last year,
yeah.
but that's so full on, lots of exercise, lots of fun times, lots of sweating and teamwork.
A lot of bruises as well. Get the odd bruise.
Bruises, broken bones. I've
Yeah.
broken an ankle,
Oh my gosh.
fractured my ribs, torn my knees,
It's
but
intense. They don't just bloody
yeah,
it's pretty violent. You know?
it is. Yeah. Very high contact sport.
And is the competition like Brisbane based, like only, or Queensland based, or it's
It's
up and down?
Queensland based.
Oh, great. So you get to
Yeah.
travel a bit, go to different events. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have an event that runs, I think we do about 8 rounds in the year for
Yeah.
one lot of competition. And then there's another one that's a big one at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And it's huge. So many teams play.
Has there been any eye opener event, like, things that happen within roller derby? What's the craziest thing?
Yeah, lots of crazy injuries, like kind of little scuffles that happen. But yeah, it's just lots of people that love the sport and love catching up with each other, and yeah, we like to belt each other and have
Yeah, that's
fun
what. So after a bit of a biffo
in
with
a
someone on the
controlled
other side,
environment.
yeah, it's controlled biffo environment. But even after you
Yes.
have a biffo with them, you kind of like shake at the end of it. You're like, you're all
Oh
mates.
yeah.
Yeah,
We all know the rules of the game and we know it is what it is, and everyone's such a good sport. So there's a lot of respect in it.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so much fun.
yeah. No, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, roller derby's crazy, and it's been around such a long time. It's got like such an iconic culture behind it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it feels like 70s, like really old school, or 50s kind of style. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, when you think of roller derby, I always think of back in those 50s, the roller girls that would go the takeaways and give food out,
Yeah.
and then yeah, it's awesome. I just love it. Especially
Yeah. Um, that age range is so wide as well for roller derby. We have people as young as like 18 all the
yeah,
way up to, I think there's some players that have just turned 60.
yeah, wow, that's
So
cool.
there's people still carving it up like well into their 50s.
Do they have it for guys as well, or just
Yeah.
female? Yeah,
It's generally female, but it is open gender.
yeah,
So yeah, there's some guys, there's some really good guy skaters as well.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal.
Mate, that's the
Yeah.
key of the team. Get the biggest dude ever on your team. You know what I mean? Just barrel through.
You'd be surprised. Some of the smaller people,
Yeah,
they
quick.
hit just as hard as the big ones.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, I have my shoulder that pops on one side from one of the derby players, and she's a little thing, and yeah, she's got some grunt in her.
Yeah, wow. Have you taken the kids? Have they seen it? Seen that?
I've taken my daughter.
Yeah,
She went to her first match last year.
yeah.
Um, earlier this year, and she loved it. She was right on the sidelines, and she said, "Oh, mummy, you're not supposed to run into those people. You got to let them through." And I said, "Honey, that's the aim of the game. We got to stop them getting
You gotta
through."
stop.
Yeah,
Oh, she's too
but
nice.
she loved it. She can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, no, awesome. And
Yeah,
to everyone out there as well, like you obviously do training as well and educated with us, and you
yeah,
do the body piercing course, and are you enjoying that? The time?
I love it.
Yeah,
It's so rewarding.
yeah,
Um, just seeing the little moments where the students, it all clicks for them, and they nail the piercing, and they nail all the little bits that lead up to it, and afterwards
yeah.
they absolutely love it. So
Because
do
they get
I.
that aha moment, isn't it? When you're like,
Yeah,
all of a sudden, like I always tell them in the beginning of the week, they're like, I don't know if why am I doing this? And by the end of it, like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm gonna start my own
yeah,
business or do this. You know, it's super cool.
yeah.
And
You see those little light bulb moments.
yeah, no, I love it. So, what are
Hmm.
your plans like going forward? Like, just do you have like a 10-year plan, or do you are you planning?
Uh, yeah, doing the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
just keep educating myself.
yeah,
Yeah, just everything's evolving.
yeah, yeah.
Like I figure when you stop learning, that's when everything just stops. So you just got to keep rolling,
That's it. I
keep
was
putting it in.
talking to someone yesterday, and he's in the auto industry, and I said to him, he's like, oh, work's been a bit quiet. I said, what do you do when you go home? He goes, oh, do the kids, and then I'll just go on my phone on reels. And I'm like, okay, stop your phone. If you're going to go on your phone, go to YouTube and learn other things that you could do that complements
Yeah,
what you're doing in the car industry. So if you're doing like he does, like, touching up bumper bars and all that, like spray painting. I was like, why don't you do
yeah,
headlights? Or why don't you do wheels? Like, oh yeah, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, you got to expand your knowledge. You got to learn all the time. And I think, as you said, utilizing your time wisely and educating your brain, it keeps it working. Otherwise, it goes bloody, dodo. I feel like
yeah,
sometimes I'm getting dementia. But
yeah.
you got to keep on, learning stuff. It's so important.
That's it. And seeing what else is like in our field, what everyone else is doing, and seeing what standard everyone else is at, and going, okay, well, I want to be better than that.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
match it and be better.
yeah.
So
No,
yeah.
no, that's awesome. And how do you keep how do you physically, do you go to the gym? Do you, for obviously for roller derby, you got to
So I train every Wednesday night.
yeah,
We do 2 hours of training, like with skates on, which is pretty hardcore.
yeah,
And then some Saturdays we'll do events. Sometimes I'll do like a social skate.
yeah,
I do lots of housework,
yeah,
yard
yeah,
work
yeah,
myself. So that's
yeah, yeah,
in itself like exercise.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's all I try to do,
And
just to keep moving.
your partner's a barber as well, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he does barbering, very much more relaxed to what I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just try to chill on the weekends, like at least have a day where we don't do nothing and just unwind, switch the
Yeah.
brain off,
Yeah.
regroup for the next week.
Yeah. And you get a pretty much a mix of clients as well, coming through all ages. Yeah.
I do big mix. I have a lot of older women that like coming to me, like they've spoiled their kids for so many years, and it's like, nope, it's my time to get spoiled. So
Yeah.
they like to come and get everything done, like
Yeah.
hair, nails, lashes, piercings,
Yeah.
cosmetic tattooing now. They like getting that done as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's it.
but a
Cosmetic
good
tattooing.
mix.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
And it's just all at home. So it's like I don't
yeah,
get stuck in traffic, all these wolfheads on the freeway, it's like a nightmare. But yeah, working from home
yeah,
is such a pleasure. We take it for
yeah.
granted, how cool it is. With the kids and yourself, and any big plans for Christmas? holidays time?
Christmas we're doing it early,
Yeah,
because the kids will be away with their dad.
yeah,
So we're just winging it, having a
yeah,
big pool party with our friends.
yeah. Awesome.
Lots to eat, lots
Yeah,
of swimming.
that's it. It's like now I got to like super fast so I can eat it, I can be prepared, and then I'll get those elastic pants out of the cupboard,
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
awesome. If you had to, what piece of advice would you give someone that wanted to get into hairdressing or into piercing these days?
I would definitely say don't give up
Yeah,
and just give it your all until you get your foot in, and then keep going.
yeah.
Just keep giving that 110%.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I think, and that's the thing is getting up. So a lot of people like give up and they do any course, they give up. And I think like for us is like for me is having like a buddy, having a friend in that
Yeah,
course, or even talking to your trainer and being friends with your trainer, to help them mentor you, guide you through the process. So
yeah.
yeah, so the plan is, do you ever look at opening up another business somewhere else or doing something else, or just focus on home?
Probably not. I have expanded a little bit to what I thought I would even be doing. I have a
Yeah,
beauty therapist that works with me.
yeah,
She's actually a client of mine,
yeah, awesome.
and we offer dual services. So if someone's getting a hair color and they've got downtime while the color's processing, they can have their nails done or a pedicure done,
Yeah, how good's that?
just doing dual services. So
Yeah,
double the pampering,
yeah,
and it works out, and it's been really good.
yeah, fantastic. And whereabouts are you based?
In Ipswich, so at
Okay,
North
okay.
Bouval.
And
Yeah, so
how
not
far
that
is that?
far.
Yeah, not far from Brizzy anyway. It's just like one train line.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's maybe 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So nice and close.
Yeah, fantastic.
Just don't give up. Once you hit your goal and you've done whatever study you want to do, don't just think that's it. Just keep going. You got to keep putting in that effort and showing up,
Yeah, awesome.
and you'll get there.
And if you're from Brizzy or Queensland listening to this, Ange is the person for you. She's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So no, fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Ange, for coming on. It's like I
That's
know
all
it's
right.
like an express podcast here. And no, I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate your time. And I know it gets really busy at this time of the year for you as well.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
yeah, I know it just flies, isn't it? From now to
It
January,
does.
it's like, oh my God, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And
Thank you, Richard.
no worries.